What happens when a prince who no longer wants to be treated like royalty sits down with one of Britain's toughest morning hosts and finds she's not afraid to strip away the titles, the comfort and the excuses? This wasn't the gentle morning chat Prince Harry might have imagined. What unfolded on the Lorraine show became one of the most heated and unforgettable interviews in daytime TV history. A clash of pride, temper, and raw emotion that went so far off track, producers nearly cut it off live on air. The studio had its usual morning glow, soft lights and cozy furniture designed to help guests relax. Lorraine Kelly's warm presence filled the space as usual. The audience clapped politely as Prince Harry walked in, dressed sharply in a fitted suit, his expression serious rather than welcoming. He nodded briefly to the crowd before sitting down. Lorraine leaned forward with her usual friendly smile, trying to set a kind tone. "Your Royal Highness, welcome," she said, her Scottish lilt smooth and cheerful. "It's a real pleasure to have you with us this morning. How are you feeling today?" Harry shifted in his chair, his jaw tight. "I'm fine, Lorraine. Let's just get on with it." His tone was clipped, almost cold. Lorraine raised an eyebrow but stayed calm. She'd handled difficult interviews before. Sometimes guests arrived guarded. Still, she took note of his attitude. "Well," she continued evenly, "I know our viewers are very interested to hear what brings you back to the UK. Many were surprised to see you again. Some even wondered why you decided to return after speaking so openly about leaving it all behind. So let me ask directly, what's the reason for your visit?" Harry let out a short, dry laugh. "Is it really that shocking, Lorraine? I came back for the Well-Child Awards. It's a charity event, something that actually matters. Not that it's anyone's business why I'm here, to be honest." The words hit hard. Lorraine's smile faded, replaced by a steady, serious expression. The audience grew quiet, sensing the shift in mood. "Of course, charity work is important," Lorraine said gently. "But you must understand why people ask questions. You've made strong statements about wanting distance from Britain and the royal institution. Some might see your return as a contradiction." Harry leaned back, folding his arms. "People see what they want to see. That's always been the problem. No matter what I do, it's twisted. I can't breathe in London without someone calling it betrayal. Maybe the real issue isn't me showing up. Maybe it's the obsession with my life." The defiance in his voice was clear. Lorraine adjusted her position, still calm but no longer trying to hide the tension. "All right," she said, her tone firmer now. "Then let's talk about your new life. You've built something different in America. How does it compare? How is life there versus here?" Harry smirked, his tone sharp. "It's better. Much better. I have freedom. I have control. I don't wake up every morning with the British press tearing me apart." "So yes, it's a better life in every way." His bluntness cut through the air. Lorraine's voice turned cool. "That's a strong statement. So you're saying your life here was worthless? That nothing about Britain mattered?" Harry leaned forward, his voice rising. "Did you hear what I said? I said it's better there, and I mean it. I won't pretend I miss what destroyed me. People can call it rude, but it's the truth. I'd rather be honest than polite." The audience gasped quietly. In the control room, producers exchanged nervous glances. They were only 10 minutes in. Lorraine's professionalism held, though the warmth had gone. "You know, Harry," she said slowly, "one reason people have always been drawn to you is because you're honest. But I wonder, do you think about how your words sound to people who supported you here? To those who admired you?" Harry waved a hand dismissively. "People will think what they want. They always have. But sympathy doesn't feed my kids or protect my wife. I did what I had to do for Meghan, for my family. If that disappoints some people, that's their problem." His arrogance was starting to show. Lorraine leaned forward. "Then let's be equally direct," she said. "You're here in a country you've said brings you pain. You chose to come on this program knowing people would judge. Do you care at all about that perception?" Harry pressed his lips together. "Not anymore. I've wasted too much of my life caring what strangers think. They never cared about me. So why should I care now?" The audience shifted uneasily. Lorraine held his gaze. "That's one way to see it," she said after a pause. "But I think people deserve more than contempt. They deserve honesty, yes, but also respect." Harry crossed his legs, his expression unmoved. "Respect is earned, Lorraine. And frankly, after everything that's happened, Britain hasn't earned mine." The silence that followed was heavy. Lorraine took a slow breath, her eyes narrowing just slightly. The friendly chat was gone. This was now a battle of wills. "Well then," she said quietly, "since you're being so open, let's talk about something else. There have been rumors, Harry, stories about your marriage. Meghan is in California, you're here in London. People are talking. Some say there's distance. Are things as strong as you say?" Harry's face darkened instantly. "Rumors," he said coldly. "That's all they are. And honestly, I'm shocked you'd even mention them. You of all people should know better than to spread that kind of garbage." Lorraine didn't flinch. "With respect, Harry, people are discussing it everywhere. I think our viewers would rather hear it from you directly. Are the rumors true?" Harry's tone turned bitter. "Absolutely not. Meghan and I are solid. We're stronger than ever. Anyone who believes otherwise is either ignorant or looking for drama. It's insulting that I come here to talk about real issues, and instead I get asked about tabloid nonsense." The audience shifted awkwardly. Lorraine's eyes narrowed slightly. "Harry," she said softly but firmly, "your defensiveness makes it sound like the rumor touched a nerve." Harry glared at her. "You don't get to analyze me on live TV. You don't know my marriage. What you're doing isn't journalism. It's character assassination dressed up as curiosity." Lorraine exhaled slowly, her calm cracking slightly. "Then let's move on," she said evenly. "Your book Spare made global headlines. You revealed deeply personal details, but critics say sales dropped after the initial hype. Do you think the public has lost interest in your story?" Harry laughed, but it was hollow. "Lost interest? No, people just didn't understand it. My story is complex. It's not for everyone. When you're trying to talk about trauma and legacy, not everyone is smart enough to get it." Gasps rippled through the audience. Lorraine raised an eyebrow. "So you're saying your readers weren't intelligent enough?" Harry smirked. "If the shoe fits." The arrogance was striking. Lorraine's patience was thinning. "Harry, these are the same people who supported you, who bought your book. And your response is to insult them?" Harry shrugged. "I'm not here to please anyone. I'm here to speak my truth. If some can't handle it, that's on them." Lorraine pressed forward. "You talk about rejecting the monarchy, yet your platform depends on it." "Isn't that contradictory?" Harry scoffed. "The monarchy means nothing to me now. I don't think about Buckingham Palace. I've moved on." Lorraine shot back. "Yet you're still here, still talking about it, still connected to it." Harry's jaw tightened. "You think I need them?" "I don't. I'm not their puppet anymore. I've built my own life." Lorraine paused before speaking. "You say that, but to many this doesn't look like freedom. It looks like bitterness. Some say your anger comes from jealousy, toward William, toward Kate. Do you deny that?" The crowd murmured. Harry froze, his face hardening. "That's a cheap shot," he said tightly. "You don't know what I've been through." "You're out of line." Lorraine stayed calm. "I'm just voicing what people already think, that your attacks on your family sound more like resentment than truth." Harry leaned forward, furious. "Don't you dare call it jealousy. Don't you dare talk about my brother like you know what happened. This is a joke." Lorraine's tone turned icy. "Then maybe we should end it here. Because if contempt is all you have left to offer, there's nothing left to discuss." "This isn't therapy, Harry. It's morning television." Harry glared. "Maybe you should end it, because I won't sit here and take this." Lorraine looked at the camera. "Then let's call it. Thank you, Prince Harry, for joining us." Harry tore off his mic, stood up sharply, muttered under his breath, and stormed off the set. The studio was frozen. Lorraine sighed, turning back to the camera with a strained smile. "Well," she said softly, "I think that speaks for itself. We'll be right back." The clip spread online within minutes, sparking massive debate. A morning interview had turned into one of the most explosive moments in TV history. When the show returned after the break, the tension was still thick. Harry had come back reluctantly after a talk with his team. Lorraine sat poised, her eyes steady. "Welcome back," she said evenly. "Before the break, things got heated. Let's continue, if you're willing." Harry folded his arms. "Fine, but I won't sit here and be